Welcome guys, this is the second lecture of how to use password package in our Laravel project. In the previous lecture, we learned a lot of things about how to configure our Laravel project for using password package. In this lecture, I want to show you how can we define our register method in our project. I've started my Dragon and services, and let's go to my VS Code and my project. In here, I have to say one thing, it's very important. In VS Code or other editor like it, uh, for example, Atom or brackets and etc, we have to define our path of our package or uh, methods. For example, I'm showing one problem in here. You have to go to your auth service provider, and we define our password list in the previous lecture, but we didn't import it on the top. For that, you have to use Laravel password and password. If you are using PHP Storm, you don't have this problem because it automatically solve this problem for you. And that's it. I wanna create a controller, but I wanna create it on the controllers and create a API directory, and into API directory I wanna create a auth controller, and for that I'm using PHP artisan make and controller, then I'm typing API and auth controller, and it's created, and here controllers API and auth controller. Here I have to define my register method, public function register, and here I have to use request for getting my parameters by it, and define a variable to get all my parameters by request all, and I have to validate them. For that, I define another variable as name is validate data, and here I'm using validator for validate it, and on the top you have to import it, and using make method and using data and array for that. I'm using three parameters in here because in my users table I have name and email and password. For name, I'm using required, and minimum length of it is 6 characters and max of it is 20 characters. And for email, I'm using required, it was email, and it has to be unique. For it, I'm using unique and related it to my users table. And password required, it has to be confirmed, minimum length of it may be 6 characters and max 20 characters. What that means confirm? It means when user enter his password as Ami123, for example, password confirmation has to be Ami123, and it's very simple, and that's it. Then I have to check my validate data is correct or not. For that, I'm using if statement validate data. It has a method into itself and is fails. Then I have to return response for back my data as a JSON for API. Then using JSON, in here it takes two parameters. The first parameter is array and the second parameter is status or HTTP status code. For fails, I'm using 401 or 401. That means bat request, and in here I'm defining an array. In here I'm defining error, and I'm using validate data messages method. Then define another success is false, and that's it. For defining your custom message, you have to use dedicated request or request validate it's by yourself, and I don't I don't care to. And here, after we check our validity is correct or not, I have to decrypt my password. For that, I'm using data password and decrypt it. Decrypt and request password. That's it. Then I have to create my user and my variable and user create. Then I'm passing my data in here. After we created our user, it saves on user variable. Then we have to create our token. For that, I'm defining a token variable, and here I'm using user, and it points to user create token method. Then I'm writing as token and access token. That's it. We created our token, and we have to return our token to our API response. For that, I'm using another response JSON, and I'm using HTTP circuit 201 for created, and here using an array, defining user and passing my user here, and token, passing my token here. Success true, and that's it, guys. Our register method finished, and please subscribe our channel in Telegram or YouTube. And if you don't know our YouTube channel, you can join our Telegram channel and see our YouTube channel on it. I hope you have a good day, and a good day will come, guys. You can do it. Never give up. Goodbye.